All right, we're going to be starting a new restoration series, and this is going to be on a 22-foot Panga that you can see behind me. Just picked this up. We actually sold them on Talk. Figured it was time to switch over. It's not that we don't like our whalers. We actually love whalers, and we'll probably be doing some in the future. But I wanted to branch out and do some Pangas. My experience with Pangas has been in the Caribbean, and I know these things absolutely just eat up anything you throw at them. So my curiosity was aroused. I found a local one. Oh, not really. I actually drove 4 hours to pick it up. Me and my son did. And we're going to be doing some stuff with it. So just give you a quick overview of what we're going to be doing. So I've already worked something out with Integrity Marine, and we're getting some rub rail. We're going to be replacing the rub rail. A lot of what we're going to do is cosmetic more than anything. The windshield is going to be replaced, and probably going to buff up and clean up some of the gel coat. There's a few areas that need some work. You can see right here, for example. So yeah, some of it will be cosmetic, some of it will not be. One of the things I'm definitely going to do is put an onboard charger, the two batteries, the motor and house battery in there. So get an onboard charger. I really am a big fan of that. Debating, I actually, this is covered, it's not that bad, but I'm thinking about putting a door on here, so we'll see. That's something that might happen. It did come with actually a really nice 115. That 115, this engine is pristine. A lot of times when I've seen used engines of any kind, not just Yamahas, there's scratches. This thing looks like it came out of the factory, really. So I hooked up a computer to it, and here's what we got. So just to check, I hooked up the YDS system to the engine. And the software, if you look there, it's 70 hours of operation. This engine's practically brand new. Loving it, absolutely loving it. So only having 70 hours on the engine, it's basically brand new, man. It's barely broke in. A few other things I want to show you about the Panga, if you don't know them. If you do, just skip through this, but I think it's important because this is one of the things that makes these extremely seaworthy. So here's something about the Panga. The whole form is actually pretty interesting. For one thing, it's got a very narrow beam. The beam on this is about 6.5 foot. That means that you can typically drive these things. This 22-footer would probably be fine with a 70 horsepower. Americans being what we are, we tend to go with a little bit more oomph. So these boats were originally designed for fishermen in the Caribbean. They were designed by Yamaha. And the whole idea was to get a cheap, economical boat that was capable of doing what they needed to do from fishing. So this profile, what this does is when they're hauling up nets or heavy gear out of the water with fish on it, supposedly, they're almost like flotation buoys. So the boat may tip. It's designed to prevent these things from rolling over, basically. But what you end up with is a really narrow profile. Here's something really interesting about the whole design on this one. I think this is particular to the LX models, but if you look, there's an underhang here, and I like this because I think what's going to happen as you're on plane and the water's coming up in the water, this is going to come up. I think this engine is set really low, and I think we can really actually take this engine 4 holes or 3 holes up all the way to the top. So we'll be running some tests on that. I think it would improve the efficiency. It would improve it significantly. So this is interesting. I think this is not all Pangas. I think it's unique to the LX models or the LX molds. Just a really interesting profile in the back, and I think we can really take advantage of that to increase efficiency on this. And we'll be doing some tests and some videos and seeing what it looks like. The front of this, I've already got tree crap in here. It's been here for a couple of days, and the trees have been messing it up already. It's got a little hatch, I guess dry storage. It's got a hatch in the front for the anchor. Everything is functional. This boat is seaworthy. We're just going to clean it up, do some technical stuff to it. Technical like the electrical stuff. Probably add a trolling motor. That's going to be a challenge. I'm going to do a little bit of homework. The Pangas have such a high upswept bow that you need a really long trolling motor to get it, probably 72 inches, and a creative mount because just the angle of this has to be adjusted. So I'll be doing some creative stuff with that. I may be doing it with starboard or with aluminum plate, not sure yet. We'll figure that out when we get to it. Here's another shot of that profile and that heavy lip. Notice it starts fairly narrow at the beginning and widens out as it gets towards the back. The other thing that you'll notice is there's a planing pad. It starts to be about 2 inches in the front. Needs some patchwork there, and it's about, I think, 6 to 8 inches in the back, which really makes for a very efficient hull. So anyway, that's the plan. Right now it's sticking out from under the cover. I don't think we can get the full thing in there anyway. And we haven't made any adjustments to the leveling and where the wheels are going to sit. We'll get that done. That's just a minor thing that we just haven't gotten around to. But I am looking forward to getting this done. Definitely looking forward to getting it out there and playing around with it. And you'll be seeing some videos on this going forward. Thanks for watching.